Hi everyone, Ryan here, Ion Capital Solutions. Today we're going to talk about fear of the phone. This is something that plagues a lot of new business loan brokers. You're not sure what to say. You're not sure what the client's going to say, what questions they're going to ask. This can be very off-putting, right? One of the things we do not do here at Ion Capital Solutions is cold call. But still, you have to be comfortable getting on the phone with the client. At a point, you always get on the phone with the client. Anyway, let's talk about it. Okay, so fear of the phone is a very real thing, right? There's a lot of preconceived notions that you may have about the process, right? And it all begins really with not knowing the answer to a question, right? Looking unprofessional, them realizing that you may not be the expert that you're trying to portray that you are, right? That's the fear. That's the bottom line, right? And because of that, some of us start to build up this fear, right? This anxiety, this stress level. And that comes through when you talk to the client on the phone, right? So let's just talk about the worst case scenario, okay? We end up with this guy screaming at us on the phone, never call me again. You don't know what you're doing. You're unprofessional, right? Just the absolute worst possible scenario. How bad is that? The second the phone call's over, are you ever going to see that person again? We're doing business nationally. Are you ever going to talk to that person again? Are you in an office with people sitting around listening to you on that call? No. No. So it doesn't matter what happens on that call. You just go to the next one and it never ever happened. The only place that it exists is in your head. And the sooner you forget about it, the better. And the best thing you can do is get involved in calls like this early on so that you've experienced the worst case scenario, because it won't happen again. Because every call that you make, you have more experience. With that experience, you're able to navigate the call more easily, anticipate the questions that are asked, the scenario, work on your pitch, whatever it is. It won't happen again. And it'll get to a point that when you deal with a person who behaves like that, you realize there's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with them. Maybe they're a little crazy. Maybe they're having a bad day. Okay. And so understanding and putting things into perspective is a big deal. And so you don't want to go into these calls with all this anxiety and panic and frustration. You're just going to frustrate yourself, upset yourself, and you're going to lose focus on what matters. So instead of looking at it through this scenario, instead of going into it with this high stress level, right? Instead, realize that you can make a choice here, okay? How you react is up to you. You can get angry about it, get down on yourself, angry at the other person, or you can just have fun with it. You are not in a high pressure environment. You're in a low pressure environment. You're at home in the comfort of your own office, enjoying yourself, right? Laugh. The other person's freaking out. Put yourself on mute. Laugh. It's not a big deal, because the next person you talk to on the phone probably won't be like that. They'll be a lot nicer to you, right? There's nothing wrong with not knowing the answer to a question. Just say, you know what? I'm not sure, but I can get back to you with that answer right away. Right? There's nothing wrong with letting somebody know that you're relatively new to this. Listen, I'm relatively new to this. However, I have the support of a mentor that has a lot of experience. I have the backing of a legitimate firm that does this every day for a living. And whatever your needs are, we can meet them. We can answer all your questions. We can help you. Here at Ion Capital Solutions, I teach my students, it's very simple. Just explain that the value of what you provide to your clients is a quote for free within 24 hours without pulling their credit, to let them know what's available to them in the nationwide marketplace. We can get them the answers they're looking for. We just need to understand what their basic qualifications are, whether or not this is going to work for them, right? Whether or not they would get approved for funding on a basic level, on an advanced level. We have to look at their financials, look at assets. There's a process. They have to follow the process, and through that, we'll get the answers they're looking for. Again, for free, usually within 24 hours, without pulling their credit, to let them know what's available to them in the nationwide marketplace. And we can do that because we represent all the top lenders in the real estate investment funding and business funding marketplace. Virtually every form of funding, every product out there, both public and private banks. There's no measure of capability here. It just comes down to the measurement of your qualification. So let's find out together, and keep it simple and listen. Let them do the talking. Go through your survey, ask questions, whatever it is. Don't go in with this salesy pitch and try and in 30 seconds just spit out all this information and go wild. It's just a consultation call. You're just hopping on the phone, you're explaining the value you can provide and the information you need for them to help you get them the answers they're looking for because they're already in the marketplace for your product. If you're marketing correctly, something we teach here at ION, you're shooting fish in a barrel. The people you talk to want to talk to you and you're offering quality products, right? So don't fear the phone. Embrace it. Realize that the journey to success in whatever you're doing is not a straight line. It's a rigid line, okay? You're going to have your ups and your downs, and you need the downs to learn from so that you can minimize that bumpy road, right? So it's more streamlined and smooth, but you're not going to get there without first experiencing the negative. So embrace it. And if you can, you stay on that road, you will find success. You have to understand you're going to be talking to a lot of people on the phone. So it doesn't all have to happen on the first call. Go mess up 100 calls. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Just move forward and you'll get to a place to where you're very, very comfortable. There are a ton of people out there. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Just because one fish seems to stand out to you compared to the rest, you're looking at it wrong. There are plenty of fish. Just go get another fish and keep moving forward. And how many of them do you need to talk to before you could do this in your sleep? It's all about perspective. So let go of the anxiety. Okay? Understand that if you're looking for radical transformation, okay, if you want to become an expert on the phone and be great at talking to clients on the phone and be comfortable and be professional and have them eating out of the palm of your hand, it's going to take time and you have to embrace that process. And it all begins with being able to get through these first few calls and becoming more comfortable. And through repetition, you get better and better and better. Okay? Don't take yourself so seriously. Don't take the process so seriously. Have fun with it, okay? Stay the course. I promise if you can do these things, you will be successful. All right, anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for joining us today. Look forward to catching you in the next video. Thanks.